Hi, my name is Ashley Taylor. I am a senior at the University of Kentucky studying information communication technology, and today I'm here to help you learn the basics to using the application Zoom. In this video, I'll be discussing some key components a beginner must know how to use to successfully work Zoom. Okay, so we're going to start at Google, we're going to search Zoom, and then we're going to get the first link is our Zoom page. This is our home page where you'll go to My Account in the top right corner, and then this is the sign in page where if you already have an account, you can go ahead and sign in. The bottom SSOs for organizations or universities, then we have your Google account, or you can sign in with Facebook. If you don't have any of those, you can just sign up for free with that link. I'm going to sign in through SSO because I go to University of Kentucky, and that's my thing, UKY. And then that automatically signed me in, where it will take me to my profile. I'll go more in depth about all these other functions online in the next clip. Here I also wanted to show you the download links. That way you could have Zoom as an icon in your computer. I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to go through all the steps, but you'll just click download and then it will go to your download, you'll open it and follow the instructions to download it onto your computer. Like I said before, I already have it downloaded, so I wasn't going to do it again, but the instructions are pretty self-explanatory. So here's my main profile. I'm not going to go into all of the tabs because this is a beginner's tutorial and I've been on Zoom for a while and I do not use most of those tabs anyways. But if you ever need help, Zoom offers a chat box in the bottom right corner where it's a robot that will help you. They give you questions or frequently asked questions. You just click one and then it'll bring you to more responses. And I've actually used it before and it is extremely helpful. If for some reason the robot isn't helping you, there's also a number you can call for Zoom to speak with a real life person. But today we're going to be focusing on meetings. I have our meeting scheduled where I'm going to go through more of our tutorial on Zoom itself. Another way for you to join meetings is by accessing the app on your computer. You can do a new meeting using your personal meeting ID, or you can join a meeting using someone else's meeting ID, which you'll have to manually type in. And then you would normally press join, but since that's not a real meeting, I'm going to cancel. And then also you can copy your invitation to send to other people for your meeting. Okay, hello everyone and welcome to my Zoom tutorial. So today we're just going to go through the basics of what Zoom has to offer in a session. So as you saw from the last clip, we have joined our meeting for the tutorial. So first I'm going to show you our mute option, which I'm recording myself on a different application, so it's not actually going to mute me, but in the Zoom session it is muting me. So let's say my microphone's muted right now. You get the "you are muted now" because it still is listening to my voice, so it knows I'm talking, but it's telling me that I'm muted and no one in the Zoom session can hear me. So to undo that, you just unmute yourself. It's just a simple click on the left side of your mouse. This is a feature that should already be set up when you open Zoom. You'll just use your built-in input and built-in output. It's not normal to have to mess around with these settings. If you do have questions about that, that would be something you could correlate with the Zoom chat box at the bottom right corner on zoom.us. So other than mute, we also have the video button, which works the same way the mute button does. You just click it to turn off your video whenever you just need a break from streaming yourself onto your Zoom session, if you have to walk away for a few moments or any other reasons. The image that pops up will be your profile picture from zoom.com. To change that, you'll just start it back again. You can do that whenever you'd like. Here we have the participants button where you can see I'm the only participant of this Zoom meeting. I am the host, it's me, I can mute myself as the host. You could also mute other participants if someone was being loud. And there's also more. You can rename yourself. So I'm not going to, but you could for any other reasons if you wanted to be anonymous or something. And we also have our chat box. So I can say, hey, Gen X, welcome to this Zoom tutorial. And that sends to everyone. When there are other participants in the room, you'll actually get a drop-down box right where my mouse is over, and you can send personal messages to individual participants in the Zoom session in case it's a message that you don't want everyone in the Zoom session to read, which I think is a really nice addition because that happens frequently when you need to DM someone. Along with that, we also have the share screen option. This comes in handy if you're trying to show something on your screen, if you need help with something, if you are, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. If you are presenting something to your class, you can share. So I'll just share my desktop and press share. So now I'm sharing. Let's go to Safari to show. You can see right here this is not viewable to the participants. This is only you as the screen sharer. You're the only person that can see this. You can pause your share so no one can see it anymore. It goes back to blank. You can resume it. You can annotate, which I think is really fun. You can draw on the screen. It's honestly a little bit of a nice addition. You can erase it all. I won't go into all of the little features there because there are a lot, and for the most part, you probably aren't annotating anything on your screen. It's just a nice little feature that Zoom has. So along with that, you have all of these other options. You can go to the chat window, brings it up to the side. I am still on annotate. So there's the chat window, and I'm still screen sharing, but now instead of screen sharing my Safari, I went back to screen sharing the Zoom call. So I'm going to stop that screen share, and then I'm going to go into the other features. There's a polling feature, which I don't have any polls set up, but for a large Zoom audience, if you need to get everyone's opinion on something, polls can be extremely helpful in that scenario. All you would do is you're going to add a question. It's going to take you to Zoom, and you're actually going to create the whole poll in zoom.us. We're also not going to go into that. That's something you can do on your own free time. And then here we have the record button. This is nice for, as you can tell now, my Zoom session is being recorded. It's only recording the sound and video. It's not recording anything down here. It also records the chat. But it's nice if you are a professor and you want your students to be able to go back and look at that lecture, so they can go back and look whenever they need to. I'm going to stop recording because I don't have a reason to record this session other than what I'm sharing with you that wouldn't be available to see on a recorded session. Another feature that Zoom offers, which I think is amazing, is closed captioning. So we can enable live transcription. As you can tell from the bottom right down here, it is actually closed captioning everything I'm saying right now, which I think is bizarre. It's one of my favorite features, and it's not used very often, but it's nice to have that option there. I think it's kind of distracting while doing a tutorial, so I'm going to disable it, which it should, okay, disabled. I don't know why it's still there, but then we have the option of breakout rooms. So you can do a maximum of 50 breakout rooms. Like if I try to type in 60, it'll do 50. 60 goes up to 50. This is a nice addition because I personally have been in Zoom sessions that have 500 people, and that can be extremely overwhelming, especially if you want to have discussion. So you can actually make breakout rooms where it takes the Zoom session you are in and it moves you to a personal room with like 10 participants, and that way y'all can all hear each other, like what everyone has to say, and you can actually voice your opinions on whatever is being discussed. You have 3 options for breakout rooms, but the most popular is assigned automatically and assigned manually. Let participants choose room is just another option. But for the most part, the host will probably be the one putting you in breakout rooms. And then I also love this other feature, reactions. So let's say you are muted. I'm going to mute myself for a little bit, even though you can still hear me. I mute myself in respect of whoever is talking, so I still want to give feedback without interrupting them. I can give them a thumbs up. Love to be able to tell them I'm interacting with what they're saying, I'm listening, and that way the speaker doesn't feel like they're talking to just their computer, that people are actually there listening. You can laugh if they say something funny. It's all these other reactions. The one that I use most frequently is the raise hand button, because that is how the speaker knows that someone has a question, and that way you don't have to interrupt them. The raise hand button will actually stay raised until you go back to reactions and lower hand. So I think that's also a good addition, that it doesn't just go away, because the speaker might not have time to get to you right then, so he just knows that it's right there for whenever they have time to get to you. To leave the meeting, you'll just go down to end, where you can end the meeting for all as the host, or you can just leave meeting. In this case, I just left the meeting and it brought me back to my home page.